about you and the culture that you represent. So let's start this off. Like, where you from, Bobby?
Where Larry Holmes is from, and then I moved to New York, and I lived a lot of places. I mean, everyone associates me with Brooklyn because that's where Massive B bust. 80s, like from my early years, I was living in like Harlem, Spanish Harlem, and I was living in the projects in Queens and Ravenswood by Queensbridge, and then I lived in Brooklyn. I lived in Brooklyn as well. You know what I'm saying? But when I started Massive B, like Brooklyn, this Massive B was a Brooklyn sound. Even though Jab was from the Bronx and he was the voice for Massive B, you know what I'm saying? I was living in Bed-Stuy, and you know, Massive B developed and bust out of Brooklyn. Okay,
so like what? And you say y'all bust out of Brooklyn. What part of Brooklyn did y'all really bust out of?
That was the elite arc behind Sears at the time. We were playing in Tilden Ballroom. We played at we played one or two dances at Biltmore, but I don't really claim Biltmore. You understand what I'm saying? Because we was babies. Like Massive B was like babies at that. You know, like, you know. But like I was going to all of them dances in the '80s, but Massive B didn't bust from that. And this all the little clubs. Like I'm trying to think what one was by Brooklyn Hospital at the time.
You talking about Trinity? You talking about Trinity? Trinity Hall. Okay, yeah, Trinity Hall. That was over there.
Oh, then we have Callaloo and Flatbush.
Callaloo is up on Eastern Parkway and Nostrand, if I'm correct.
Even before that.
Anybody can help me?
That was Flatbush and Linden. So that was on the second floor or something before they moved over there.
Oh, you talking about not Flatbush? Was it Flatbush? Or you talking about Caribbean Dome?
No, Caribbean Dome.
Snyder.
That's
right.
Snyder.
So you saying Linden? So you saying Linden?
But anyway, Callaloo, we played there on Eastern Parkway and Nostrand too. From you know, when you going downstairs from day one. You know what I'm saying? So Master B was playing in all the spots. You know what I'm saying? Then the little bars and lounges, which will even say more the weekly parties or whatever with the hardcore dancehall round robin crew. Because then you got to remember the the elite arc way you know, the elite arc before it shut down.
Right.
You know, but
talking about the Flatbush arc. We talking about the Flatbush arc.
Yeah, the one over there behind Pennsylvania in the back there. We used to build our truck back there.
Okay. Oh, you talking about the one when they moved from Flatbush, they went to Pennsylvania.
Yeah. And then you had
over there by Cozine.
Yeah, and then you had all them spots. I'd have to look at flyers. I can't. My brain ain't good. But
before we even go like speed up to all the way up to there, like how Massive B. How do you start? Like you say, you were born in Pennsylvania and then you moved to New York. Okay, when did you start to get into the music culture? And when did you, because I heard that you was doing house music before this.
Reggae, I always was into reggae, you know, listening to it, getting the cassettes and so forth and going to the record shops. But as a Yankee kid, I was just DJing. You know what I'm saying? But I would buy my 45s. I was up to the time with the music. I was going to the parties, so forth. But this is before, like, really DJs were, say, mixing. It was more artists around the sound in the 80s. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then I started doing mixes, and around 85, really telling you how old I am, 85, I was doing mixes for WBLS.
I remember BLS.
Fred Bugs brought me. This is before Hot 97 existed. This is when I knew Funk Flex when he was just DJing for a rap crew out of the Bronx. This is before radio. And I was
Giving them some history.
30-minute to 1 hour mixes for them. And at that particular time, if you remember, you may not remember, probably you're too young, but
I ain't young.
in the middle of the late 80s, house music was as big as rap music.
Yeah, I was gonna get to that. Yeah, house music was real big. Yeah, so, girl, I want that house too.
I was DJing, and I was playing in all the hot clubs in Manhattan. This is before I started Massive B. It was Bobby Conder's Massive Sounds. I was playing house, a little hip hop, and reggae.
So name some of the clubs that you was playing in Manhattan before, before Master P, like Joe's Pub and stuff like that. Like where you playing at?
They had a party called Payday.
Mm.
This guy that is the CEO, or not the CEO, one of the top president of Sony Records, Patrick Moxie.
I think I heard that name.
Yeah, well, he signed a lot of big records. He used to run a club. Oh, and then even the club where Puff Daddy used to keep parties. Not Red Parrot, was it?
Yeah, Red Parrot and Cheetahs, I think used to do a lot of stuff. But Red Parrot, I think Red Parrot, you're correct.
Something Zone, they did Kilimanjaro.
No, okay, whoa, I remember that. Remember Kilimanjaro?
And then you had a spot on 14th Street that was before it turned into a hip hop club.
Not Sticky Mics, not Sticky Mics, not Sticky Mics, right?
Sticky Mics too, but this is even before Sticky Mics.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? So I was playing in like a lot of them trendy ass clubs or whatever, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, playing all kind of music, you know, like not just reggae, like house music. You know, a lot of music.
You used to play house music a lot too.
Yeah, I produced a lot of house music.
Whoa.
I produced actually a big house music song where I took Muda Baruka. You heard of Muda Baruka from Jamaica?
Yeah.
With Razor Radio. Like,
you produced that?
Muda Baruka. He had a song called This Poem. Well, I took his poem and put music to it, and it was very, very big in the house music community.
Whoa, that's deep.
That was on a 12-inch record called Bobby Konder's House Rhythms. And I had some other
tracks. I did hear that you was doing a lot of production and had a lot of rhythms and like.
Yo, that was straight up house music. That 12-inch was released on New Groove Records. That was straight up like 120, 122 beats per minute. Doom, 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 house music. So I was doing Major Lazer before Major Lazer.
Oh, you're deep. So wait a minute. I'm
a DJ. I'm a DJ.
Hold on, because I did my little research. On you, and I'm seeing that brothers is saying like, yo, he did production, he had the label. I'm like, he did house. I'm like, wait a minute.
I still got the label.
Come on, talk about that, brother. Let's talk about all of this. Let's talk about this.
I did a lot of work for other labels from like 1989, 1990. Like that couple house records I mentioned.
Okay.
That got me signed as a producer in 1992 to Polygram. All right. We did a reggae hip hop song, and who I brought into the studio with me, you might know this name. He used to hang out with Chuck Chillout as a teenager. His name was Salam Remy.
Yes, I remember Salam Remy.
Salam produced Nas, the Fugees, a lot of people.
Yes.
Before that, he was hanging with me. We was in D&D studio.
My favorite studio.
Used to be. I hit Premier to D&D studio because me and Premier were signed to the same manager.
So you're the guy that brought Premier to D&D?
Yeah, because Patrick Moxie managed Premier, Guru, Heru the Damager, and myself. So they said, yo, we need a studio. I said, I've been working out of this place. Check D&D out. And then that's where Primo and them started going and so forth. So we was under that same link. And then I produced, like I brought Salam in, you know, he's a beat maker. And I was just, you know, using other musicians, and we did the Mac Daddy record, which was big in '92.
I remember that.
Super Cat linked me. So now all this time I'm going to these parties. Now we're up to 92, 93. I know all these artists, they don't necessarily know me.
Okay.
Right? So
but they know your rhythms though. They know your rhythms.
I'm going to Starlight Ballroom on Sunday, seeing Fergal Digital play the whole fucking nine. You know,
Fergal Digital.
I'm going to the clashes with seeing LP, Puma, Earth Ruler, and all these big sounds. Obviously King Addies when Danny Dreadlocks was playing with Baby. Just before Matterhorn. You know, that's how I met Burro Banton in 1990, 91.
I was about to ask you that.
now, me and Burro link, you voice some dubs for me, so forth, right? At this particular time now, I'm living in St. James Towers. All right, over by Clinton Hill, Bed-Stuy area, but right down the block from LG. So now, me and Burro cool, but he was more or less dealing with Wild Apache labels. So I said, you know what I mean? I ain't trying to no mix up with nobody.
Right,
so now, after the Mac Daddy thing, Super Cat links me, and we do a Dundada, and we did the Ghetto Red Hot remix. Now, the Ghetto Red Hot remix was the hip-hop remix that had the crazy video that really fucked the place up.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? That
Okay.
Funk Flex and all of them was drilling that record. You understand? That shit crossed cat to a lot of the hip hop people. Say the straight reggae people that didn't know nothing about no reggae Jamaican music.
Right.
Or wherever, the straight hip hop American people.
Right.
So that gave that was like a bridge record for them. Oh shit, this is that Jamaican shit, this is that gangster shit, but it's on a hip hop beat. And that shit, obviously, if you know anything from that era, that was a big record.
Yeah, that definitely was a big record. Big record.
Right at that time, I started Massive B label now. And then the first set of artists I put out on my label was Ina Kamosi, Hot Step Returning, Nicodemus, right? Right in the town.
Hold up, man. Say that lineup again. Say that lineup again.
On the first rhythm I put out, this is around 91, 92. It's all around the same time.
What?
I put out Ina Kamosi, Nicodemus, and Half Pint. Right? And then I put a dancehall rhythm out with the Brooklyn artists. Shaggy, Red Fox, and then before he was Teddy Bruckshot, he was Louis Rankin.
Yeah, right. Rest in peace.
All of these artists now are coming to my apartment because what I had did was I was living in the building, Section 8, the whole fucking 9. But what I was doing was I flipped my bread and then I bought a 24 track. Fuck it, let me give you the little tour here. Well, I'm just gonna have to unplug it.
Oh shit, we getting history here, people, boy.
I'm not even fucking using the studio right now, so I could come back to that. So, right. My board ain't here. I'm selling a lot of old equipment, but anyway.
Yeah, I see you doing that on your Instagram. Yeah. You sell a lot of old stuff.
That right there, if you could, let me turn the light on. That is a 24 track 2-inch tape, right?
Woo!
Okay. Now that cost $20,000 in 1991. That's house car money, right? So it's a different time now, right? And what we would put on that is reel to reels.
Reel to reel.
4-track reel to reel. Now, in case the youngsters don't know what a reel to reel is, I'm going to show you.
Yes,
reel to reel is what they would use as Pro Tools today.
Right, the VCR tapes, man.
Pro Tools is the computer. Now here's an old reel to reel. It's actually like a big cassette. You understand? You would put that on the machine, and then you would have a blank reel at the other end, and so forth and so on. I could really school you on this. I don't know how bored you want to get about the process of really making.
We can't do that today, but that's definitely some history right there. Ooh, I like that.
And so forth. So it's like, back then, you would have to be in the studio. You would build rhythm, build a beat, build a rhythm. You understand?
Right.
Then you would have to voice it. Then you would have to mix it. This is pre-digital. This is
pre-work. This is all pre-work.
This is before fucking computers. You understand? Because then I was in my building in Brooklyn, or I would go to Kingston, Jamaica. Now I started getting my weight up, my money up, so I started going to Jamaica, and I started renting an apartment in Kingston 20. You understand what I'm saying? In Duane Park. So now I'm down there, and I was renting an apartment from Borough Sister. You understand?
Okay.
And then I'm down in Yard, and I used to be down there living, staying all the time and so forth. And we would be in the studio in Yard, or I would mix in Yard, because I taught myself how to engineer, or I would mix in Brooklyn. You understand?
So you taught yourself all of this and make all of this too?
Yeah. And then what I did in Brooklyn was we would put the microphone in the kitchen. Right?
Okay.
And we would voice songs right there. Like songs would voice there. I'd had the 2-inch machine playing, and I would mix my songs right there. Some of them I put out, and then on a million fucking dub plates. Because I was sound in the 90s, you gotta fucking have the hardcore dub plates to play in them kind of dances, Albany Manor and all them places.
Albany Manor, yeah, you gotta go to Don Juan Studios and things like that.
From Super Cat, the Bounty Killer, the Shabba, the Burro, the Nicodemus, Junior Cat, Ina Kamosi, all of the artists was coming by me. Yeah, and I put records out for all of these people.
I like that. So tell me one good thing right here. Out of all that production you did for a lot of people, which one was your favorite one that you did? Which one that you hold to your heart?
I tell you that, fam, because me personally, I love such a array of music, right? And I love roots and culture. I love rubber dub. I love artists singing around the sound. When Barry and Demas and them used to DJ and sing around the sound. You understand the song them. You know, so I love that era. I put a lot of cultural rubber dub Rasta music out that say maybe didn't even bust in Brooklyn or in Jamaica, but when records were selling, they would sell around the world. And you know, like what I did is I found that from a global perspective that I was like, especially around, because I tried so hard for all of my shit to bust in Jamaica and spent so much fucking bread in Jamaica. You understand what I'm saying? Because every motherfucker looking at this, you know what I mean? So I would fucking, after I realized that and ran the gamut and realized, well, certain songs are going to bust in your eyes, certain not, because Jamaica's such a trendy place where they
two different types of culture.
I put a Bounty Killer record out in '95 with no promotion. The shit went #1. You understand?
What record was that? What record was that?
Suicide Murder. Suicide.
Oh, okay.
That went #1, and then I realized, well, you know what? You still gotta deal with certain people, but certain songs are just gonna take off on their own. So then when I was putting some cultural songs out, I realized in Switzerland, Italy, France, Germany, parts of Africa, parts of Japan, these songs were crazy. They were as big as, say, Bounty Killer song, but maybe never played in Jamaica, but played around the world. Right. So records were selling, you know, like I had accounts around the world that were selling records. I mean, you know, you leave it, you know, you build accounts.
You leave 10 records here, 20 records here.
Thousands of dollars worth, son.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Crazy paper, son. My man, I used to wake up on Fridays and distribute these records myself out of my car. So I used to bring the records back from Jamaica, or I would press them in Nashville, Tennessee, or in Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania. Warner Brothers had a plant there. I'd go load up I'd get an 18-wheeler, right? They would maybe deliver in front of my building, and I would load up my Pathfinder, because everyone knew back then I had the great Pathfinder.
I think I remember that.
Ghetto fucking celebrity Pathfinder. You know what I'm saying? And fucking fill that shit up. Then I would go to Barry U, Superpower, Ja Life. You understand what I'm saying? Every mom and pop record shop in Brooklyn, the Queens, you had on Jamaica Avenue. Oh, fuck, my brain ain't good. But all the record shops. And then it was
I went to the one on Church. You used to go to the one on Church Avenue?
Road, New Look, every fucking where.
What was the one on Church Avenue? What was the one on Church Avenue? The one that on Utica. What's the name of it?
Yeah, Witty, yeah, Ja Life. But Witty went back to Jamaica around 1990-91. Witty controls Uptown Mondays.
Okay.
But Witty left. But Shelly used to run Superpower Records over there on Church, a block off of Utica. You understand what I'm saying? That was Superpower.
Church in Utica, right? Church in right. That's the one I'm talking about.
Yeah, but so damn, there was fucking record shops all over the fucking place. You understand what I'm saying? So I was doing that for 10, 12 hours, and then later that night I would go play dances. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you know, at that point, Master B Sound, you know, was getting booked a little bit, and we're playing out, and you know, Jabba turned into a fucking star. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Jabba want to be on Shotters. But yo, tell me something about that, like your clashes, like Master B clashes, Jabba. Like which one was your favorite clashes? Which one?
Master B's more of a global juggling sound. Master B you would say, like, even though we did one or two, we always did hardcore dances. You know, even though like I did that clash thing the other day with Jazzy T, you know, right. The big thing, and you know, what I mean, we got that W. Don't get it fucked up. Some you
got the W. You got it. You got the W,
motherfucker. But we was like more of a global juggling machine, and we the world. And you know, we played on the Fully Loadeds and so forth, so on. You know what I'm saying? But basically, when I started this sound, I wanted to have an MC. Motherfuckers didn't want to hear nobody talking like me back in 1990. You understand what I'm saying? And shit was real. You know what I mean?
Okay, but hold up. All right, but before you even get to that, how was it for you, as keeping it real, as a white guy, a Caucasian, and to be
fam, that's been my whole life. So I look at it like the fuckery that white America has perpetuated. Globally. You understand what I'm saying? Globally, to the black man, to the brown man, throughout the world.
Right.
That this government has done. The enslavement of people, work your way down. The locking of people, the killing of people, or whatever. You understand what I'm saying? The little bit of mix-up I go through is fucking nothing I'd be a bitch ass motherfucker to say something.
No, I'm not saying to say something. I'm just saying, well, how was it for you to get into that, into that world?
Son, you asking me the question, I'm telling you how I deal with it. You
All right.
a motherfucker, you a real motherfucker, you analyze shit, and you see how the world is and how the world operates.
Okay, salute that. I salute that. I salute that.
Son, don't get it fucked up. I done had on the playground, I fought 1 million motherfuckers playing
Right.
basketball. You understand what I'm saying? On the street shit, if a motherfucker steps you, you got to defend it. You understand what I'm saying? And to me, a motherfucker might have feelings because the way I look, I may try to catch him just because he tried to play me. I don't give a fuck how he looked. You understand what I'm saying? So it never was none of that really in my heart. You understand what I'm saying? If I gotta put it on you and just hold it down, I gotta do what I gotta do. You know, you ain't gotta call MLK or Malcolm X over that. It was just some straight street shit.
I respect that. I respect that.
You know,
I respect that.
But me analyzing and growing up basically with a father that taught me about love and not hate. You understand?
That's real. That's real.
Therefore, that's how I move in the streets. You understand? And basically, if there's people out there that got hate in their heart, I can never change that because this is the way I look. You understand? And I understand probably your animosity because of the way the system fucking has set up itself and has dealt with people.
Right.
The system has not dealt with people properly. So, you understand? But still,
I understand what you're explaining to the people because I know a lot of people might. I mean, I'm just being real. Like, you know, like you said, you got to be a real nigga to embrace that, or a real nigga to deal with certain situations like that. Especially
if you can't stand the pressure, then you're gonna be a bitch.
Get the fuck out the kitchen. All right, and as you say all of that, like,
29 years, son.
Because like you just explained that you used to be in Jamaica, you used to travel and all that. So I know.
Yeah, but I never had bread. I didn't grow up with bread.
Okay.
I had to make my bread before I went to yard. I did my research, my homework, and Ray. You understand what I'm saying? And put my work in. But don't get it fucked up. I was in the streets. Shit was hard in the 80s for me. I didn't really have nowhere to fucking live. I had one auntie, and she said I couldn't live with her. I was going from couch to couch. Shit was fucked up. You understand what I'm saying? When I was in Harlem, I was thankful my homie let me stay on the couch. You understand what I'm saying? And I was all over the place. So shit wasn't fucking, it wasn't nice. You understand what I'm saying? I didn't grow up with like, yo, we're going to go to jail. I didn't have a passport. I knew nothing about a passport or a fucking plane. You understand what I'm saying?
That's real. That's real. That's real.
Then when I got my fucking own, I said, oh, let's do it now. But then I already made my name in New York. So I had my little back end and a couple cats that was just real.
I respect that. I respect that, Bobby. Because you sound like you kicking some real shit. Like you ain't have money. You had to get it. You had to get it from the mud. You went through the crevices of.
I put my work in, did my internships, hustled, grinded. When I was selling my records, son, I had a receipt book in my motherfucking hand, son. A receipt book.
Shit.
You understand what I'm saying? I'm going around like this to every mom and pop record shop. Me alone. You understand? I have my little homie on that side, whatever. But enough time, I go do things. I don't need no fucking, you know, son. If you gotta walk heavy, you walk heavy. You just do what you gotta do. You know what I mean?
That's a fact. That's definitely a fact.
Simple, you know. This is fucking 80s and 90s, son. So it's like I ain't saying I'm no gangster, but you got to prepare yourself in case some motherfucker.
Definitely, you got to be a gangster. You defending yourself, and you standing your ground, and that's it.
You know, so everything it is what it is. You know, I'm a loving fucking person, man.
I respect that. So yo, let me ask you something. Let's get back to Flatbush right here now. So let me ask you something about Flatbush. I'm gonna start throwing out some names, neighborhoods, and areas, and what comes to your mind when I name these places. The 90s. When I say the 90s, what's the first thing that comes to your brain?
Well, in the reggae community, you think of, 90s bad men, you know what I'm saying? So, and it seems like a lot of the artists, when they come from Yard and they come to New York, they bigging up the 90s men because they got the links in Jamaica, and them cats is heavy from Yard to Brooklyn, you know what I'm saying? So, it's just a respect thing.
Okay. Now I'm gonna throw out Church Avenue. When you hear Church Avenue, what's the first thing that comes to your brain?
Some bitch ass that hit my car in the late 80s, man. but no, I mean, there was a couple. I can't remember the clubs, but there was a couple clubs on those. I mean, on Church, and then I was thinking of record stores and this, you know, vibrant the community. You know, the heart and soul of Brooklyn.
Right.
A lot of people would say Flatbush, but Flatbush run from fucking the bridge, the fucking to the mall. You know what I'm saying? So what part of Flatbush? So when you say Church Avenue, a lot of times you think of fucking from Flatbush on down. You know what I'm saying? Past Utica and so forth, in the heart of Brooklyn.
All right. Describe a dollar van. Describe a dollar van to the world that a person that never been in a dollar van. Describe a dollar van.
Well, you gotta fucking be on point, get in there, have your bread, and just get in that seat, know where the fuck you going to be. Make sure you tell that motherfucker where you getting off. That's like me that's like the first time me going to Jamaica and I'm with Jabba, right?
All right.
Jabba, staying at his grandparents. I've been to Jamaica a lot, so prior to that, but I'm chilling with Jabba now. He's on the sound, we're rolling, we making moves, and then we go on the motherfucking little $5 bus. You know, you got to catch that shit in Palm and go in there, Ray. You know what I mean? The motherfucker.
I've never been there. You said $5 bus? What's that? I've never been to
the cheap. I forget what the fuck they call the bus, man.
Okay.
It would be like the dollar van almost, but it's more crowded and much bigger.
Okay.
You know, I
want to hear this story. I want to hear this story. I want to hear this.
I'm in Jamaica and I'm chilling, right? So this had to be like 92.
Okay.
93. And I'm with Jabba, so I'm staying at his people's residence, his grandma's.
All right.
Right? And I'm a visitor, and we in the community. So I said, yo, son, I'm going to the motherfucking bar down here. I'm going to get my drink on and Ray, hold the vibe. So I go down there and get nice. I'm getting, you know, lifted. I'm drinking that white rum, motherfuckers, to see the foreign motherfucker. But I'm in the hood. I'm in the community. So turn the fuck up. So I'm just getting drunk. And then I hear my half-pint record play on the radio. I think I bust at this point. Can you feel it when it takes it out? The fucking shit played on IRE-FM. I think I hit the home run. It's like first time a rapper hears this shit on Hot 97. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But now I come back and it's late. And the gate is locked. I'm hitting the fucking gate. And this bitch ass Jabba got me. I fucking slept on the driveway.
He fell asleep in.
So I slept on the driveway. He didn't come open the gate. I slept outside that night.
Wait. Jabba left you out there like that?
Fam.
Jabba, what kind of thing you in that pocket?
Yo, son, I'm hitting the gate, and I don't want to be rude because his grandma's in there. You know what I'm saying? But I'm
right, you know what I mean? You don't want to be rude.
Yo, son, let me in this motherfucker. Yo, my dude, I slept on the fucking driveway, son.
Oh, my God. Jabba, you're wicked for that, Reggie. I know you cursed Jabba for that the next day, though.
Man, I'm taking that to the grave, man.
All right, let's talk about some food. Like when you come to Flatbush, you made me laugh with that one. When you come to Flatbush in the Caribbean world, what kind of food you like to eat, man? What kind of food you like to indulge in?
Fish, steamed fish. But you ain't gotta be in Flatbush. I know we are Flatbush. We go around the world. You can eat yard food. You gotta know how to cook. I was taught by motherfuckers in yard how to steam your fish, clean it, and cook it good. So yes, steam snapper. I prefer it. I like that. Gotta limit the rice because obviously motherfuckers get heavy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Get fat or whatever. Try to eat more vegetable, so forth. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I ain't gonna front Brooklyn down from Brooklyn all over Brooklyn. Brooklyn fucked up right now, son. Brooklyn is white motherfuckers done fucked Brooklyn up, son. Nostrand Avenue. I
mean, they fucked it up, but it's still there.
Avenue ain't Nostrand Avenue no more.
It don't look the same. That's what you're saying. It just don't look the same.
They got coffee shops and wine shops and son.
All over the place. They got them shits all over the place. But I want to ask you a question.
Yo, son. We was at motherfucking. Hold on, man. We was at motherfucking. You gotta remember, Massive even playing in Brooklyn on Sunday since like '94.
That's all. Just about to ask you.
to motherfucking Utica Avenue when it was Legend and I forget the fucking names. Every year somebody got killed in that club on Utica.
That's what I was just about to ask you. Fire Sundays.
Now,
one of the longest.
So we were playing Sundays, but what happened was then we went to the fucking Culture Club. Well,
okay.
No, Culture Club was on Utica. It wasn't Fire Sundays yet. We was just playing there, and we happened to be playing there. It was us, Soul Supreme, Dub Masters, every Sunday. You know what I'm saying? And that was going on. We was there that night. That dude got killed. You know, when the dude came in with the sword off, and the motherfucker backed out the sword off. He had a trench coat on, and then somebody that was in there that was undercover, whatever, saw homie. The sword off jammed, and he got deaded right in there. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We were there that night. That's a famous story. You know what I'm saying? Like how all the shit. I was on the stage. Dub Master was playing. Dub Master's looking at me. Yo, they real. I said, yo, son, they legal shots, son. Motherfuckers is busting. Boom, boom, boom. That motherfucker was dead. That motherfucker was dead. And that was just mad funny. So, yo, all I can say is,
I'm not laughing because the nigga was dead. I'm just laughing what you saying.
That night, Junior P took it that night. Because he faster than Usain Bolt. That's all I can tell you. Junior P is faster than Usain Bolt.
They say the man run? They say the man run? He said the man run?
My man, the whole club was going crazy. But yo, homie that took the lead. Big up Junior fucking P. That's my homie.
All right, but so since
big up Father P. Yeah, I know the whole family. Mama Sally, all love. You already know. Because even when we started our truck, the Massive B truck, before Hot 97 on the Parkway, it was Junior P Soul Supreme sound we put on that truck.
Oh, okay. So before the Master P, it was that.
1 year we used Junior P's sound, and then we used Father Lloyd's Libra Love. And then after 2-3 years, we fucking learned the thing. Oh no, we don't need a reggae sound. We need a motherfucking Trini sound on the truck. You understand what I'm saying? That's why I linked my man Pang. I linked Pang up, and he said, no, Bobby, you doing it fucking wrong. Fuck that reggae shit. You need a real Trini, like, stage show sound. And we learned how to build the truck. Well, we wasn't necessarily playing that music, but we learned how to build the truck. So by the 3rd and 4th year, because we did the truck like 11 years, from 2000 to about 2011. And, like, that truck was, us and the Haitians was running the Parkway. Us and the Haitians was running the fucking
What year you was talking about? What year you talking about?
2000 to 2011.
Okay.
We had the Jamaican, we was representing Jamaica in the hood. You understand? So we started that truck. I flew in Bounty Killer and Elephant Man. That's who I flew in for that.
I think I remember that. I remember that time.
Every year was Bounty and Ellie, and then things escalated with Spragon. Everybody came. Even Marshall Montana came on the truck 1 year. Allison Hines, Little John the Rapper, Foxy Brown the Rapper, and then every fucking artist from Cartel to Spice, the Beanie Man, everybody. If you want to see that truck, type in Elephant Man, Wave Your Flags. It's a song I produced for Elephant Man. Wave Your Flags. And that's
Wave Your Flag?
Yeah, Wave Your Flags. Go watch that video. You'll see the Master B truck.
It seemed like it.
Done. I was spending 20 bands a year doing that truck. It was crazy, son.
But Bobby, you say these things like real lightly. You did a lot of production for a lot of people.
If you know about me, I'm not really a bossy or like look at me dude. I had to learn that. Yeah, I had to learn that because we come from an era where it wasn't about Laffy Taffy and tight pants. You understand what I'm saying? You played your position. You played your position because back in them days, in them hardcore parties, whatever, a lot of cats was walking heavy. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of dancers got shot up. It was a different era. Not that these young cats ain't busting it. They busting it and people are dying. But like these kids grew with social media. I didn't grow with social media. So to me, familiarity like breeds contempt. So if I keep you at a distance, I'm not allowing you to fucking play me.
True. That's a fact.
You know, from them levels. So I had to learn, like 10, 12 years ago, I got to fucking be a little more personal. Not that I wasn't a nice dude. I'm a very respectful dude. That's how I lasted this long in the game, because the OGs and the real gangsters, they see that I'm a respectful dude.
You gotta have respect for people. You gotta have respect for people to move forward.
If you hire me, I'm not coming to the dance at 2:30. I'm coming at 12 o'clock, 12:30. I don't mind doing early warm. I need my slice of prime time, but I don't mind doing it early because I come to play music. I'm a sound man. I'm a DJ. I have no problem.
I respect that. I respect that.
You know, it is.
You don't let it go to your head. You don't let it go to your head.
I ain't never, you know, and I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with the diamonds and the fancy cars. It's all good. To each his own. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It just never was really my thing. You know what I'm saying? You know, I would rather see my people shine. That put the joy in my heart. You know, I want to see my kids have beautiful things, or my woman, whoever I was dealing with. You know what I'm saying? So forth, so on.
So let me ask you a question. So with this travels of your success, and like you said, that, you know what I mean, you have respect for people, you do a lot of things. How was it leaving it from the clubs, playing in all these clubs around Brooklyn, around the world, and getting the transition to go to radio? How did that opportunity happen?
No, well, it was hand in hand, because back in the 80s, DJs wouldn't really talk like the DJs. Like, you had the personalities back then. You didn't have the DJs. Now, the street DJ is the personality. Flex hollered at me around 93 to leave BLS and come to Hot 97. But then I went to 97, around 94. My name was ringing. You know, we just did Super Cat. We're playing in all the hot clubs. I was signed to Polygram. I produced all this other shit. Name was doing good. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then I started the 9/7 show, and that was just more like on the reggae tip, hardcore reggae dancehall, but with a club vibe. Hardcore juggling, because a lot of the reggae radio cats were personalities, but not DJs. I had to work on being a personality, not a DJ, because I brought that element to the thing. I had to learn this to be a little more articulate, not so street, and then maybe slow down and so forth. And then as I was at the station, and we're developing like Master B, that's when I brought Jabba into the radio, because I wanted him to get the exposure and develop himself, because when we're playing in all these dances, he's the MC for the sound. You understand? And I wanted him to get that promotion and you know, develop his own style, his personality, and obviously get someone gave me an opportunity, I gave him an opportunity, as well as
one hand wash the other. One hand wash the other.
Clap, you know, wings fly together. So he got his thing. Then I brought other people on the sound as well, but obviously it's synonymous. Everyone thinks of Massive Sound. They think pretty much Bobby Konders, Jabba, and maybe even Boro Banton as the
Boro Banton,
yeah, I produced so much music for Boro. And then the next might be a Bounty Killer, because Bounty Killer voiced so much songs from a label. You know, so I mean, everybody did, but that was the link, because, you know, everybody don't like me and Boro like brother. Jabba's the younger brother. You know what I'm saying? And then how many other people been on the sound? You know, more recently, Major Hype played on the sound for 5 years, and then you have
you reading my mind or something? Either you reading my mind, you're doing my job. One of the two. I was just about to ask you that. Like, I heard Major Hype used to play for you.
Well, Major played sound for many years, and then he played sound for Libra Love. Major's incredible. Major is extremely talented, you know. And then I had let somebody off the sound, and then I needed, like, because Job at this point now, you know, it's like 11, 12 years ago. Job at this point was obviously a star already, and he had Chutney mixing for him, and Chutney's been on the sound for a very long time. Chutney shot him from Brooklyn, and I needed when somebody else to hold the mic for me. So I wrote to Major, because I knew Major, and Major worked on the sound for 5 years, and Major could sing. Major's incredible. He's incredible. You know, we toured the world. You know, like, I mean, real talk, Master B been touring the world, like, through the Caribbean, Canada, Europe, Japan, and since like 94, like 95, probably 95.
Okay, that's good.
You know,
that's a long time, man.
Because I would never really, back then, you wouldn't really, like, Jabba would have to say, yo, son, you got to tell these people you just came back from Italy, Switzerland, Germany, France.
Right.
You know,
You a humble dude. You a humble dude. You ain't into growth and
self-praise ain't no recommendation, and so
right. You want people to salute you. That's why I tell people this all the time.
You gotta let them know, I guess, and that's one thing great about Jabba. You know, he's always good at like saying, you know, promoting properly. You know what I'm saying? You know, Jabba's a great promoter. You know what I'm saying? A great promoter. From, you know, from the time he kept his first dance to, you know, he gave a car away. He gave a car away in Amazura.
A car? Oh, yeah, I think I heard about that. I remember that. Oh, damn.
He get, you know, getting wrong, say diamonds and furs away and all kinds of shit. Jabba pimp, man. Watch Jabba. No. But
I like that.
I mean, but he you know, like young than me, but great